Welcome to Outdoors with the Duck Dudes. We're here at Simmons Sporting Goods in Bastrop, Louisiana for the 2018 Louisiana Cutdown Classic, and we've got a special guest here, Mr. Jarred Mophett from the Honey Break. How's it going, man?
Oh, it's good, man. I love coming to events like this. Love listening to good callers, and glad they put such things on as this for everybody. Ain't nothing like hearing good call echo right out here, and it's gonna be a good turnout. A lot of great callers, some of the best in the world, gonna be here today, and hey, we're looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be a blast.
I walked out there to the truck a while ago, and I was out there practicing, and I get to looking up, and I said, man, the birds ought to be dropping in here any minute now.
I tell you what, there's enough water around us all that they ought to be able to come on in and find them a place to light, whether it's in a mud hole or the river right up the road here. We've got plenty of water. Now, we talked to you earlier in the duck season and talked about how the struggles that you had, starting off. How did y'all end up down there at Honey Break this year?
Man, we had a great season. Our numbers were high. We had the ice issues, which we had some deep water, and that worked out good for us. We started out in a drought, as I said,
right.
And it was a little tough, but it was better than we thought it was. When we in a drought like that, a lot of times we'll shoot them real hard for 4 or 5 days, and it turns off on us till we get some
right.
good amount of rain. It didn't happen this year. The birds just kept coming, and then luckily we had got water when we started getting the freeze, and we got some good deep water holes that the birds just stayed there, and we didn't overpressure them, and man, it was a great season. It all worked out. Water's there now, though, buddy.
Oh, no kidding,
The river's
man.
coming to see us, they got plenty of water to get their feet in with right now.
They, we hunt off the flyway a little bit there in Camden, and I tell you what, we went for forever without any water. And then we finally got some, and then I think everybody kind of passed us by because we didn't have any water. And everywhere's a slough there. Now, the middle of the highway's a slough, the middle of people's yards, houses. I mean, they've really gotten a flood down there. I believe the Ouachita River's at the second highest it's been in our lifetime right now. So it went down, it come back up, and but there's ducks everywhere. You go out and driving down the road, and you can see them out there swimming everywhere. So they got plenty of places to go now, just a little too late.
Yeah, but you got to hope they remember to come back there next year. That's what we're hoping. The water's there now. Hopefully it'll be there next year, and they won't pass us up.
Right.
You may shortstop me, but that's what.
Well, I think you got us beat down there on. You got a little bit better habitat than we got up there. Yeah. Spend a little more time and effort into it than we can put into it. But I tell you what, it was a good duck season. Had a lot of fun doing it, and I know y'all did, and had a lot of good guests, and probably got some pretty good stories from the 2018, 2017 duck season down there.
Yes, sir. Looking forward to 2018, 2019. Now it's going to be a lot of work after all this high water, because it makes a lot of work you don't have to do when it's not there. I mean, it fills pit blinds up with silt and mud. It tears the walls off all your blinds from the wave action. It washes roads and levees out, and then all the moving in and moving out equipment and getting out of the lodge. It's a costly deal, but just something that
about the time you get finished, you start over again. I mean, it's really people don't understand. It's a never-ending.
That's right.
It really is a never-ending process.
And that business is especially on a piece of property. If you got a large amount of property, it never ends. There's no days off. It's always something you're trying to always make something just a little bit better. It don't matter if it's the duck blind, the habitat, your dogs, your decoys, the lodge. Just every day you thinking, all right, this blind here, we shot this many out of it. I'd like to shoot 12 more this year out of it, Or this blind here is comfortable, or this one here, maybe I could add 6 more foot to it, make it a little more comfortable. But it's just always your mind can never quit running how to make it a little bit better.
We froze up solid about the second week of January, and it should have been on down there. Did y'all tell we was locked up?
Oh, it was on like a chicken bone down there. And I had, we froze up too, but we got some deep water, and we got some spots in the bayous and sloughs. The water's 10, 12, 14 foot deep, and they filled it up. And then we also got some deep water blinds, not deep water, but they, 4 foot deep, and a lot of them it froze and the boat slips getting to them, but you could get open water there. And for about 7 to 10 days, it was pretty ugly.
We hadn't seen the temperatures like we saw since I was a kid in the 80s, and it got down to 3 degrees about 2 nights in a row, and we had ice on the edge of the river. So the only places we had to hunt was moving water.
Yeah, that's us. We have clients a lot of times, and they say, man, what about doing this? What about doing that? we all tell them, me and Drew, we don't see this very often. Maybe once in every 10, 15 years
Right.
that it gets in the teens or lower. And we had it this year, but we improvised and we made it work, and it worked out good for us, And a lot of times ice can be feast or famine. You can go and it's just birds everywhere. You can go some mornings it's just every bird in the country's left, or they on open water
Right.
and they're not going to get out of it. That's what we was lucky enough to have, open water, and they didn't want to leave it. They wasn't going to leave it and let it lock up on them. Then when it would start thawing in the evening, where some of the water was just thin sheet ice, and birds would go to coming back to it to feed, and we held birds the whole time we had ice. Everybody was iced up, and it paid off to have deep water and shallow water. We try to manage always for 12 to 16 inches of water, but when you got that water that's 13 foot deep, it paid off in 7 to 10 days.
I bet it did.
Yeah.
Now we're down here again at the 2018 Louisiana Cutdown Classic. It's the first year they've had this here at Simmons. I'm gonna have to edit that one out. This first year they've had this down here. There's a lot of people here. They've got a lot. This is a big deal for Simmons' 25th year. I believe they've talked about having their big buck contest here. You ought to be able to fill the lodge up for next year of clients down here. Now you got.
Well, I hope we already got it full.
We ought to be able
to work on 19 and 20.
Yes,
sir. That's right. And that's a lot of good callers here, a lot of good people. Great event, and hopefully the duck calling part of it's in a great part of the state. People can come from all over, and hopefully it just grows. We've had these for years around, and that's cut down calling. It's some great callers, and you kind of in the part of it that it originated in North Louisiana, South Arkansas. It's a lot of good cut down callers in this area, and it's going to be interesting to see.
They're rolling in here, and I know they've had a lot of people coming in over to the registration booth, and there's deer after deer after deer rolling on in the inside in there. So a lot of people here, big time this weekend down here at Simmons. And hey, man, appreciate you coming out, sitting down with us for a few minutes, and come on back. We'll do it again.
Yes, sir.
Hey, tell us how we can get a hold of you, and if somebody wants to check out the Honey Break, how they can do that.
Yeah, you can go online to www.honeybreak.com, or you can go on Facebook or Instagram, and all the information's there. It's pretty easy to find, but if you want to book a hunt, you better do it quick, because it's going to be
filling up.
This year's probably there, but get ready for 2019 and 20.
Sounds good. Appreciate you coming out. Thank you, man.
Thanks, man.
All righty.